All right, so we're going back right now because we got some guests coming down. Meet the Smith family from TikTok. Got a farm up there in Rexburg, Idaho. He also got his hands on a CyberTruck, but wants to now use his CyberTruck as a welding rig, which is one of the coolest ideas I've ever heard of. But how we're gonna mount a welding rig in the back of a Tesla is what we need to figure out now. Never have we ever put a welder in the back. He said he'd be here any second. At least we got to be here for the shutdown of the helicopter. That's one of my favorite sounds. Here he comes in all of his glory. This is Braden Smith, I think. What up, Braden? How are you?
Yeah, long time no see.
I know it. See? This is Nate. No, there's no Nick. Don't be fooled by me. All right, so tell me what we got here.
So this is a Cyberbeast. I've been using it on the farm, and it's been about a year now, and it's been pretty good, but I just feel like it's kind of missing something.
Look at all these tools back here.
We've loaded it up, and it's been pretty nice, and it's been fun, to say the least. For welding, though, it's actually been a really good deal, which is surprising because it doesn't use that much power to even run like really big commercial sized welders running like max penetration. And
it comes stocked with all the power you need to be able to weld.
Yes.
Off the battery.
You can weld all day long, and I mean penetrating really hard too, and not even have to worry about getting home or anything like that. I did a video showing the math and everything a while back, and it surprised a lot of people.
Give me an example. You show up fully charged for a day of welding on the farm. Weld all day. What's my battery life look like when I get back in the car?
Probably end up still with like 30%, something like that. Like, I mean, it sips it. And I mean, in the calculations that I did before, I said that somebody was gonna run just a bead that was penetrating like crazy non-stop, which is, that never happens. It's proven itself in that regard. Not in many other ways though, but we're here to try to fix that. And
are you at 30% because everywhere you go, you're just kicking up rocks on the farm, like just burning out everywhere? You got the beast. Nobody's easing into the beast.
In my old pickup, I had a big generator in order to run the welder, and now in this, plug everything into this 240 outlet here.
That is so cool.
And it splits, it goes to a plasma cutter too, actually. It runs a compressor back there that feeds the plasma cutter as well. A few other tools.
I didn't even think about that being an option.
That was the only thing that really caught my eye when I saw these. Thought it was cool. I had rear steering, and when I saw the plug and the 240 on it, because the Lightnings and stuff, they have a 240, but it doesn't put out the amps and that I wanted, and this does.
This is a man's truck right here. All right, so if you're welding out of the back, where are you gonna put your tanks?
To get away from doing flux and to have some shielding gas, I wanted to try to retain the cover, because that's really nice when I park, not to have to worry about stuff getting jacked out of it. I'm pretty sure we can do a 45 on the side of here, on the outside.
So you're thinking about mounting tanks on the outside?
And I figured just to try to keep things a little symmetrical, maybe we throw an oxygen and acetylene tank on the other side so we can cut as well.
And you're still tall enough where even with the tank right here, you can probably reach in. I will then start having problems. Okay.
Yeah, and then I've missed really having a winch too. I think I've used it for everything but pulling stuff out though. I typically like used it around pivots when they're stuck in tracks and kind of help them out, ease them out that way. And so,
you have a winch on this?
No,
you need a winch on this.
I think we need a winch on this. So if we can make that happen without having the whole front end coming out.
All right, so winch, acetylene tank mounts. You got a design you kind of want for those? You want any of your Smith family logos on there? Or?
No, yeah. I mean, we could just do something like this. And
oh man, that's.
Everything is possible. We talked about the bumper the other day, and we agree on that. So both tanks are the same dimensions.
So on this side, you guys can use an oxygen and acetylene tank that you have around here for those measurements.
Okay. You want both tanks on the side, or one on each side?
Yeah. So the one is going to be just your carbon dioxide and the argon mix for the welder. But on this side, we'll have it be for the cutting torch or rosebud, and that'll have the oxygen and then the acetylene, which will be half the size of the tank roughly.
How intact you want your body? In case I need to drill a hole or something, am I allowed to?
If you have to, by all means, you have to.
All right, so we got this new cool design we're doing on the CyberTruck. They're gonna make two holders right here for the oxygen and acetylene that are gonna look like missiles. I mean, this is going to be one of the baddest, coolest looking trucks that he's gonna be able to go anywhere and weld with. And this looks good. But you know what really looks good? John, thanks to today's sponsor, Fabletics.
That's right.
But not only do you look good.
I feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel
You're
good.
pretty agile in
yeah,
this
it's
close,
stretchy.
right?
I mean,
show me what you can do, John.
box jump on that.
No, you should prove it. What? Not only are they stretchy, but they're moisture wicking, so when you sweat, you're fine. You got these cool zip pockets, so you can put your cell phone in there, and you don't have to worry about losing your cell phone.
Yeah, it's good.
Ooh, look good. John looks great in Fabletics, and you can look great in Fabletics too, because if you sign up for the VIP by clicking the link below, you get 80% off the entire site. And every single day, you're gonna get up to 50% off. And here comes the best part. They do new drops every single month with new cool outfits, and they're gonna give you a credit for up to $100 on any two-piece suit or any item that you want. That's $100 for free every single month by signing up for the VIP, plus you get 80% off. It's a no-brainer, right?
No-brainer.
Do yourself a favor and get yourself some Fabletics. You'll look good, you'll feel good.
Biggest concern that we have with this, and this is why Braden wanted to come to us, is he wants to have 2 tanks on this side and 1 large tank on this side. So you have your, what are the 2 tanks over here? Your acetylene and
Oxygen.
oxygen, your
Yes.
acetylene. What's going on the other side?
So then on the other side will be for the welder, right? So it'll be like a C20 gas.
So you got argon and carbon dioxide.
Yep.
Your C25 is what you called it?
Yeah, C25.
Okay, now go the other. Did you see that? These monitors are freaking sick, dude. Watch. Holy crap. Dude, Jaime.
It's crazy because you can also just like start talking and it'll start to
it
like
just
not
does whatever
do.
it wants.
Yeah.
Okay. That's heavy. How heavy do you think that's going to be, those 2 tanks? One of those tanks is easily 100 pounds. Then let's call it 80 pounds.
Yeah.
So 180 pounds, 200 pounds of weight going on there. You're indexing here and here. I know these were built to hold some weight, but where else are you going?
So what we're gonna end up doing, and these are, whether it's a ladder rack or something, they're pre-existing mounting points, but down here at the bottom, actually, basically behind where the bumper sits is where you actually get to the framework of the
Right.
Cybertruck itself. We want to tie into that framework, but the framework itself, you know, it's not like a regular pickup truck. It's not just a flat surface to mount something to. So essentially, this is just as a reference point for now, but we will actually be designing a plate that will be mounting
Mounted
into
onto the frame?
Yeah, mounting onto
That's
the frame.
sweet.
This itself will mount onto basically this front face. So you can basically imagine that, you know, each bottle will end right here, but we'll actually be extending further past this with a couple holes, so it mounts onto the bottom
So
here.
we're attaching the frame here and to the strong supports on top.
Yep.
What's happening behind it? Are we putting like rubber or something like that up against the surface, or are we just
So,
going straight on it?
Surface that I'm most worried about, and we will do like a rubber with like a sticky face on one side,
Yeah.
stick it to the actual, what is that called? Adhesive.
sticky face.
No, it's adhesive.
No.
Hey man. Okay,
It's-
sticky
It's
face.
sticky goo. Sticky goo one side.
Sticky glue
other
on one
side
side.
rubber band.
Yes. We're actually going to have a gap from this corner down to the bottom
Mm-hmm.
where it won't ever be in contact with the truck, which we are allowing that space, but we'll still put the
Yeah.
rubber with the sticky, the gooey,
Yeah, the
gooey sticky.
gooiness. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, the biggest thing, like getting the mount and stuff, is the most important stuff, important side, right? Second side, I just sent you that rendering. That's just what the wrap guys did for the wrap side. They just conveniently put 2 tanks there just for the heck of it, but it has designs on it, right? So he's not going to be taking a design tank and exchanging that every time. So that's the side where I wanted to see, okay, what solutions can we come up with to have Rat Boys do that design?
The reality is like he's gonna have the tanks for the first week there, and it's gonna be the point where he's gonna pull them out, and then when he thinks he's gonna use them, he's gonna mount them. So that's why we want to have some half nonce brackets to don't have them the whole time sticking out of the truck when he doesn't have the tanks on. I will say have the grab going with the bracket, not with the tanks, because the tanks are not always gonna be there.
But can we do the same idea of what you're saying, where it's like the half and being able to do that, but just on this side? So you have this is against the truck, then you have your, but like have this side a full sheet. So you have 2 contacts with your straps, but have a piece of metal attached with those straps.
We could just do like a really thin
I can
gauge
have
aluminum.
I can have this side wrapped. I can have this designed or wrapped, and this can have some fins on it. We all have different visions right now, and I just got to get the 3 different options out here so you can all see it. This is idea number 1. This was what we discussed with Braden. I can get corrected on the phone once we talk with him. This is what I initially thought we'd be designing, is a sleeve that has missile bottom, everything like that. We insert these, then he has full access to that, and we just figure out, hey, let's put a few screws around here so that we can tighten them down. Then he has full access, then all this looks like a missile, right? What you guys were talking about is I want to put these straps here, and I've got all the mounting behind it, and that's good and exposed, right? And then what I heard on the phone last night, where it is a full-on like enclosed, and here you've got the bottle enclosed, this hinges open so he has access to be able to put his regulators on there and everything like that when he's working. Then when he's not, hinges shut. So slides in, hinges open and shut. So as of right now, there's 3 big design differences, design issues,
Massive.
right?
And so what are we more focused on? The looks of it or the practicality? Something like this is the best between practicality and looks. It's gonna achieve that looking like a missile, but then we'll figure out a way to still make it practical. I don't think this one works as well. Like if you're wanting the look of a rocket, it's not giving you as much of a look of a rocket is what I think. As well as this thing will be a pain to pick up a cylinder and slide it into that sleeve. But then this route is just 100% practical. Like it just is, if you're gonna be using these tanks all the time, day in and day out, and you know you're gonna be switching tanks a lot, I would think that that would be more of the right way.
Going on here? Cybertrucks, lots of Cybertrucks. It's a cyber system. We are the diesel, we're Cyber Brothers now. No longer Diesel Brothers. As you see, Rob is gonna be working on those missiles. Dallin is almost done with his design for those brackets to hold them in place. Yeah, Aaron Pedro has been working on the bumpers, front bumper for this with the winch. Mile Marcus sent us winches for these bumpers, so we're gonna wait for those mission series winches to show up. Just moving forward, we have 4 bumpers to build. One of them is for Dave's Dave's personal truck, because he likes it. He likes it. Why Van is gonna have a bumper, a bumper on his Cybertruck with a winch, and he's not have one, so he asked for one. We're building one for him. I think we're building a total of 4 bumpers. That's why you see a lot of plates here, a lot of stuff that we need to clean, bend, weld, paint, whatever. Just another day at the office, amigo.
As we're sitting now, you know, the regulator sticks out significantly further than...
Well, in my head though, if I grabbed a female to male connector that had the head out here, and
so basically run units, like
run an extension out there, you'd only have, you know, a hole or something like that.
Well, and then in that case, if you were able to run an extension where you didn't have to have access right here to tighten it, where you could actually, you know, basically tighten it from back there, then it would be something you could slide this in, make sure that lands with that, and then you could run your extension in, screw it in, run your regulator directly to your extension.